welcome back. I just want to give you an update on what's going on today. So I gotta run to my wife's tattoo shop, pick up some tools. We had to remodel when we opened, and I just got to get all my tools back together so I can get started back on the project. Probably get a Harbor Freight. I need to pick up some roller carts. So the goal here is get the car off the jack stands, get it on the chassis, figure out a way that the chassis can roll onto a flatbed tow truck to bring to the body shop and paint shop next week. But in order to do that, I got to get my shelving up, I got to get my tools together, I got to get the carts, clean the garage, get everything reorganized again. So that's going to be kind of my focus today, and then I can really kind of narrow down, like, all right, what parts do I have, what parts do I need, what parts need refurbished, and I can kind of start getting my Excel sheet together on my parts list that I need to buy in order to finish the vehicle. So I'm going to get started on that, and yeah, we'll get back to you. There's the wife.
I don't really care about being famous, but I can be famous.
So what are you doing today?
We're doing a stand-up piece. First timer.
How's it feel?
Not that bad.
No? Chilling?
No, yeah. It hurts a little bit when it gets to the bone, but it's whatever.
Pretty gnarly piece for your first piece.
It is.
Well, this is the wife.
So beautiful, right?
Go follow her at
The
her own
beast.
channel.
Yay. Follow me, guys.
Finally, we are heading off to Harbor Freight to pick up and see what we can get for, excuse me, moving this chassis next Friday. So we can start getting the body work finished, get the car painted, and then we can start with building it. Actually, before we start with building it, well, I'll probably just do the suspension next. After suspension and the car's back to a rolling shell, I will bring it down to a place called Full Blown Customs down in Aurora. From the work that I've seen, I've talked with the guy quite a few times. Should probably put my seatbelt on. Talked with him a few times. Great guy. Always enjoy having conversations. He's always hitting me up like, hey, when you bringing the car in? And I'm just like, I just haven't figured out when is a good time. So yeah, first things first, I'm gonna get the body work done, put it back up on jack stands once it's all painted, do the suspension, and then I will flatbed it down to full blown, and we'll get working on the roll cage. After the roll cage, bring it back to the paint shop so we can get the cage painted, and then we can actually start building the motor and trans. And alright, so here's the idea. They're 1,000-pound dollies, so if I could run this 2 on the front, and I have 1 for the rear I think I can use, so I think I only need 2 of those. Then I'm gonna get ratchet straps to ratchet around the chassis, so I'm gonna grab 2 of these guys, or better yet, maybe we could run these on the frame rails. 1,500 pound, they're metal caster wheels. I think I'm gonna go with that. So let's see what kind of ratchet straps I need to get. Should have measured it, man. I don't know if 27 feet's going to be too long. This is only 6 foot. Oh, this is 20 foot. Ratcheting tie down. I think I could run this. Get 2 of these guys. 20 footers. Alright, I'm gonna get everything loaded up. Just got everything put together. Well, not put together, but put in my car. So I'm gonna head back home, start getting the garage cleaned up, and hopefully we can get this car ready for towing. I hope it's gonna work. I feel like it might work. We'll see. I'm just worried that it might be like a little too low to the ground. But guy just ran over probably one of the biggest curbs I've ever seen. So that sucks. Anyways, I'm just really worried that it might be too low to the ground on the front end. So we'll see how it works. It told me I can return it in 90 days. So if I need to return it and I need to figure something else out, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully it works, and hopefully this will help you guys if you ever need to move a chassis, or an EG chassis at least, because they're pretty lightweight when they're stripped out. So just want to kind of update you on the garage, just trying to get the shelving up. I got 2 more to go. It's kind of hard by myself, so I'm not trying to film it, but I got a buddy coming over to help, and then we're gonna get this car on the ground and see if that worked out. So okay, we're gonna start getting the car down off the jack stands onto the roller. So I'm gonna try taking these guys. I think I'm gonna put them right underneath the frame rails, lower the car down. Might actually have to take these guys off, but first I gotta get the bolts all cleaned up and stuff. So I'm gonna hop on that really quick, and once I start lowering the car, I'll hop back on. Okay, so we're gonna try and get this down on the front side first, and then we'll move to the back side. I'm gonna jack up one side. Okay, now let's get the ratchet strap out. You can see we're putting the ratchet strap. The idea is to put it around here, like so. To hold that up. So I'm just going to put it like this for now, and I'm going to lower it. Okay. Alright, just try to lift the car up. Slow. Muy bien. Okay. So, let me see. Alright, so it's working out okay. Got this one intact for the most part. Hopefully the back's going to be a little easier. Aqui. So I'm gonna do is jack it up on this hitch part. Oh. There we go. Okay, so I know. Broke it though. No. Okay. I need like a piece of wood. Okay. What's the point? Let's see. What?
Dale, cuidado, deje eso quieto.
All right, don't do this, guys. Don't do that. It worked. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to use the other ratchet strap. Guys, I hope this works out for you. It's pretty easy, but it's just a little sketchy right now. Okay, alright, so we'll go to the back. So what I'm going to try and do is get this bar on here and that bar on there. So key, key. All right. What I'm going to do is lower it slowly. Take your time, guys. Okay, that side's good. There we go, guys. Look at that. Just like that. I think I did it right, guys. I think so. Looks nice and tight. Okay, just toss this in here now. All right, so this is what we have so far. As you can see, I can jack it up there, so if I need to get it up in the air, and honestly the car's really not that heavy, so we can also lift it up when we get to the body shop for paint. Got this side tightened up here, good and tight. That's going to stay underneath. So let me just kind of recap what's done here. It was a little okay. I gotta say first, I give a lot of respect to every person out there who makes car videos and works on cars while filming. I can't tell you how complicated that actually is. And I borrowed my little friend, my little helper, his name's Dylan, and I let him try to go to town on it. But I didn't realize if I'm not behind the camera, I'm not getting the content that will help you guys. It's kind of just scattered of like, oh, I'm over here, now I'm over here, now I'm over here. So I just want to give you a thorough explanation of what it is that has worked for me. Okay, so I'm going to start. I only needed 2 of these little skid pads, and I bought this dolly set here, thinking because of this groove here that the frame rail will fit just like this on it. The issue is when I started putting the wheels on it, I noticed that the car is just going to sit way too low. Way too low. The dollies are sitting a lot higher. And, or not the dolly, my apology. The skid sits a lot higher. So I use those grooves horizontally. They fit perfectly in this skid. And I use those grooves to put the frame rails on those, because the sides where the rubber are was too long to fit on the actual frame rail. So it just kind of sunk down in place, and it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty stable for what it is. So now the next thing is when we use these ratchet straps in the beginning, we like hook this up to there in that hole, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm really bad with ratchet straps. So we wrapped it all the way around the chassis, underneath the skid, all the way around the chassis and to the top, okay? So that way the skid, when it gets pulled, hopefully, we're not there yet, a couple more days, it's gonna get towed, so we'll find out. But hopefully the skid is tight to the chassis, so when we hook it up to the back towing and we pull it up the flatbed, this should just roll right up. That's the idea. On the back side, okay, the skid, as you can see here, fit perfectly on this side of the skid and the other side. It was the perfect exact length. Okay, as you see here, nice and tight, ran it right up underneath, okay, all the way across the chassis, up and over. Now these are plastic, so I didn't want to put too much tension on this, so I just pulled it down below the plastic just to make sure I didn't break it. I'm like, I don't even know if I should take those off. Pretty nervous about that because they're pretty hard to find. I found a set, but there was like 120 shipped, so I'm waiting to see if I do take it off, if I break it, then I can just scoop those up. But we could also just paint, pull the trim out, paint the whole thing the way it is. I'm not like, it's gonna look good either way. I'm painting it another green. Not too worried about that part of it, but we'll see when we get to the paint shop. So Same with the other side. I did it on the metal. What I'm thinking is when I tow it back home when it's painted is I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to put some microfiber cloths around this on both sides. Same with over here. So we're going to paint all this, all of it. Body panels, I'm going to paint at a later time. I just need to get the chassis, so once it's painted, I can get the cage put in. I'm probably going to paint the engine bay. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to paint the engine bay, because they're just going to be drilling through here, shaving this down to weld up the cage on the strut tower. So I'm going to talk to Guy, Full Blown Customs, see what his thoughts are. But I would like to at least get the bay and exterior done. Fuck, I mean, maybe even the interior. Like, I'm not too worried about mess ups on the interior because it's just where you sit. So, and over time, it is what it is. So, I wanted to just be more thorough about what we did here. This is my first time moving a chassis, and those chassis stands get really expensive. They're like $600, and I'm trying to. I'd rather, you know, pay. I paid $69 for this. I have 90 days to return it. So when I'm done with these, I'm just gonna repackage them and return them, so that way I have no cost put into this. And I can take that $600 and I can buy another car part with it. So that's the way I think on it. But yeah, I wanted to just come back, revisit this, give you guys a better explanation of what's going on here. I mean, dude, it's so easy to move even by myself. Like, this is one hand. So I think it's gonna work. I will see you guys on the next video.